All right, my dears, if you are watching this from the YouTube, you are seeing Kanti Devi, and she is in Hawaii on the Big Island and sending all that sunshine right on back here. And I am in, well, Pacific Northwest on Whidbey Island, and we've had a little bit of sun, but I can see the cloud cover coming in now, swooping in quick. So today we are going to do a few little neck things, and we'll also do lengthening of the side body, So when I hear lengthening of the side body, I think that's the most opportune time to also throw in back bends and twists, because we really want to lengthen the side body before we twist. We want to maintain length in the side body when we back bend. And so they all kind of go together. So we'll start in a seated position, whatever seated position feels good to you. Kanti likes to sit in hero's pose or sit back on her heels. For me, I like what's known as Sukhasana, or an easy cross-legged position, whatever works for you. And we'll take a moment just to acknowledge the land we're on. Kanti there on the Big Island of Hawaii, and the Kanaka people. Here in the Pacific Northwest, the folks on the call with me and myself are on the land of the Coast Salish people, including the Duwamish tribe. Acknowledging the First Nations people is one way of locating ourselves on land. And then we can also cultivate this really lovely relationship that's more reciprocal, a sacred reciprocity with land, often by slowing down. Like when we go for a walk, I was at the dog park today, and I was really just very present with the sun, present with the smells, almost like sweet grass, and the wind, and with the dogs, of course. But sometimes I've rushed through trying to get it done before class or get exercise or whatever it is. And I found that today felt really magical because I was very present and I wasn't rushing. And so maybe for the rest of your day, if it's possible, could you be present or find some time maybe after work to be present outside, even if it's just for a few moments, and just notice the magic of that. We'll bring our palms to our heart in any shape that feels useful right now. And perhaps we have an intention that's very personal to us for our practice. Now would be the time to state that for yourself. And if nothing comes to mind for you, let's just send peace out into the warring world. And acknowledge and come into awareness of how our actions can align to create freedom and happiness for all beings. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. And we'll chant that 3 times. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Let's inhale and reach our arms out and up. And on the exhale, we'll lean to the left. Oh, and if you're following me along on Spotify, we do have a playlist today. It's The Power is Here Now. The Power is Here Now. So I'll give you a moment to cue it up. We'll inhale back to center and lean over to the right, breathing into the left side body. And just notice here, at the very beginning of practice how the side body feels. And if one side is different than the other, which is likely. Let's inhale back to center and we'll push play in 3, 2, 1, push play. Twist to the left, twist to the left. So as we twist, have that awareness of sitting up really tall. That might mean your right hand is to the outer left leg, or it might not be. Maybe you can have more length if your right hand is to your inner right leg. Notice. Inhale back to center and twist to the right. As you twist to the right, notice where can you place your left hand to have optimal length in the body as you twist. Inhale back to center. Palms pass through the heart, shifting over onto hands and knees, onto hands and knees. And as you inhale here, let's have tabletop position and hike your, like look over your right shoulder and kind of hike your right hip toward your shoulder. Yeah. So you're looking right, you're shortening the distance between your right hip and right ribs, lengthening the distance between the left hip and left rib. Start to breathe into the left side body. And then come back to center. From tabletop, look left, kind of hike that left hip up and lengthen the right side waist. And then inhale back to center. Now let's take a cow shape. We'll tuck our toes under, draw the belly in to support the low back. And with the cow shape, look right, hike the right hip. So that might kind of intensify the stretch on the left side waist and ribs. It does for me. See what's true for you. And then come back to center, keeping that cow shape. Look left. Ooh. So I really feel this in my right ribs. Notice what's true for you. Come back to center. Take a cat shape so you're rounding your back. Come on to fingertips and push your weight back just a little bit. Maybe you feel your low back like I do. See what works. Take a few breaths here, breathing into the low back. Good. And then come to hands and knees, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. You might pedal your legs. And then lift your right leg up and draw that knee towards your belly, chest, or even your nose, and step the foot forward between your hands. Dip your hips, lift your heart, breathe in. Straighten that right leg, breathe out. Stay for an inhale. Bend that right knee. And then, my dears, lift your right arm to the sky. And as you do, consciously kind of draw that right hip back. Yes. And then can the right arm reach alongside your ear? Yeah. And see that whole line there, that whole line. Can we still spin the heart up? Stack the shoulders. Nice. One more deep breath in. Frame that right foot, step forward and fold. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together a little bit and let your arms rinse out overhead. Release your hands, rise all the way up to stand. Nice. And then here in mountain, feeling your feet, you might rock forward and back, side to side. You might bounce a little bit, feeling your connection to the earth. And then bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Reach your left fingertips down, 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 down. And then bring your head back to center. And switch sides, left ear toward left shoulder. Reach your right fingertips down, really reach. Nice. And then head reaches back to center. Now take your left hand and make a fist. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder. And then have your fist up in the air. And then bring the elbow down and back, like you're pulling on a train whistle. This is known as Choo Choo Charlie. Let's reach the arm up and open the palm. Exhale, fist, and bring it down. Great. One more time. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, bring it down with a fist. Yep. And then bring your head back to center. Pause and notice. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. And then make a fist with your right hand, raise it up in the air, have a bend to your elbow, left ear to left shoulder, inhale, and then exhale, bring that elbow down and back. Inhale, reach the arms up and open the palm. Exhale, make a fist, bring the elbow down and back. One more time, inhale, reach it up. Exhale, make a fist and bring that elbow down. Release the hand and bring your head back to center. Woo-wee. And just notice doing that standing, right? If that makes any difference than sitting. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, lean to the right. Yeah, you might grab hold of your left wrist, or you might just reach your right fingertips down and your left hand across with open and wide fingers. Inhale back to center and switch sides. So you might grab the right wrist or you might just reach, whatever feels useful to you. Inhale back to center. Exhale, cactus the arms, shine the heart up, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back plank. Come onto your right side, side plank. Your left arm lifts. Your left arm goes alongside your ear. So you could always have feet up and stacked or feet staggered or the right knee down, whatever is useful to you. We're going to take another deep breath in. And then can you lift that left leg up? Can you reach long in two directions? So even point the left toes, woo, reach long and almost arch your ribs up a little bit. Yeah, good. And then come back to plank. Lower to the ground. Sphinx. So elbows are underneath your shoulders for Sphinx. And then right ear goes to right shoulder, chin to chest. Left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest. So again, we're just noticing the neck, noticing the side body kind of starting slow. Notice the breath. And then make your way back to downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Draw the left knee in towards your belly, chest, or nose. Step the foot forward, dip the hips, lift the heart, breathe in. Straighten the leg, breathe out. Stay for a big inhale. Bend the knee. Draw that left hip back. Reach the left arm up. See if you can bring the left arm alongside the ear and really stretch. Nice. Take another deep breath in. Frame that foot, step forward and fold. Interlacing the fingers behind your back, letting your arms rinse out a little or a lot. Releasing your hands, rising all the way up. Palms to the heart. Inhale, arms reach up. Lean to the left. Inhale back to center. Lean to the right. Inhale back to center. Cactus the arms, shine the heart up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lean back just a little. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Step back to plank. Come on to the left side, side plank. Remember, left knee could be down. You could have the left knee up. See if you can reach that right arm alongside your ear. And then see if you can reach the right leg up and point the toes and then almost arch your ribs up a little bit, which I don't normally suggest, but here to stretch the side body. I know Kanti's like, you've trained me to not do this. What are you talking about? Inhale here. Exhale, plank. Shift forward. Lower to the ground. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Feel your thumbs there, maybe at the back of the sacrum. Imagine sliding your thumbs down to the back of your thighs as you lift your heart up. And then perhaps lift your feet up. And imagine that your inner thighs are spinning up and your outer hips are spinning down. Deep breath in. And then release, downward facing dog. So we're going to start to move a little bit faster. And remember, you can always pace yourself if you'd rather move slow, move slow. If you'd like to just step to down dog instead of chaturanga, always do that. Whatever feels useful for your practice today. Shift high on the balls of the feet, bend the knees, walk or hop to the top. Halfway lift on the inhale. Fold forward on the exhale. Rise up on the inhale and lean to the right, exhale. Inhale, center. Lean to the left. Inhale, center. Cactus the arms, shine the heart up, squeeze the shoulder blades. Beautiful. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back, plank, lower halfway down, chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Right foot steps forward between the hands. Dip the hips, lift the heart, breathe in. Straighten the leg, breathe out. Stay for an inhale. Bend the knee. Lift the right arm up to the sky, inhale. Right arm alongside the ear. Big circle sweep down, frame the foot. Chaturanga, you might float that right leg. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog on the exhale, left leg goes high, breathe in. Step the foot forward between the hands, dip the hips, lift the heart, inhale. Straighten the left leg, exhale. Stay for a big inhale here. Bend the knee. Left arm lifts, breathe in. Left arm alongside the ear. Circle sweep, frame that front foot, chaturanga. You might float the left leg. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in together. Long breath out. Walk or hop to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise up, inhale. Lean to the left. Lift, inhale. Lean to the right. Lift, inhale. Cactus the arms, shine the heart up, bend the knees a little bit. Yeah, lean back, good. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Chaturanga Dandasana. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, moving on. Right leg goes high. Right foot steps forward, crescent lunge. All the way up you go. Inhale here. Cactus the arms, bend the back knee. Inhale, lift and straighten everything. Exhale, cactus and bend. That's it. One more. Inhale, lift and straighten. Exhale, cactus and bend. Now keep that bend to the legs, but lift the arms. Nice. And then start to see if you can straighten the back leg. Woo-wee. Inhale here. Twist high, left arm in front. Arms like a T shape. Inhale back to center. Exhale, warrior number 2. Inhale, straighten that right leg. Reach beyond your toes. Triangle pose. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale all the way through exalted warrior. Exhale, chaturanga. You might float that right leg. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Breathe in. Step the foot forward for crescent lunge. All the way up you go. Inhale here. Cactus the arms, bend the back knee. Inhale, lift and straighten. Exhale, cactus and bend. One more. Lift and straighten. Cactus and bend. Stay low. Lift the arms. And then see how much you can start to straighten that back leg. Inhale here. Twist high, right arm in front. Inhale, center. Warrior 2. Straighten the left leg, inhale. Triangle pose. Deep breath in. Long breath out. All the way back through exalted warrior, big inhale. Chaturanga, you might float that left leg. Cobra or up dog. Back to downward facing dog, taking a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Walk or hop to the top. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Chair pose, inhale. Shift high on the balls of the feet. Bring your hands back by your hips. Up dog shape through the back. And then rise all the way up. Arms straight, legs straight, heels high. Inhale. And heels down, fold forward over your sweet legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down dog your way. So chaturanga if you want to. Cobra or up dog. And then everybody meeting in downward facing dog. Right leg goes high. Bend the knee and open the hip. You might stay just like this, or you might very slowly and with a lot of intention flip your dog. Nice. Deep breath in. Very good, everybody. Coming back. Both hands down. Right leg high. Step the foot forward for crescent lunge. Up you go. Inhale here. Twist high. Now revolved exalted warrior. And warrior 2. Exalted warrior. Side angle. So here in side angle, we're going to pause. If you can get your hand down toward your ankle or the earth, great. We're going to try to feel the length through the back outer edge of the foot, rooting, and then seeing how you can use your tricep maybe against your knee to open your knee out and spin the heart up and still find all that length. If you can, spin your thumb up and your palm toward you. Yeah, exactly. Thumb up and palm toward you. So if you looked up, you'd see your palm. Yeah. Yeah. Toward your face. Yeah. Not down toward the earth though. You had it right, Kanti, the first time. Yeah. Yeah, just like that. And then all the way back through Exalted Warrior. One big inhale. Chaturanga, you might float that right leg, or maybe you just step back to down dog, whatever feels useful. And then the left leg goes high. Once you're in down dog, bend the knee and open your hip. You might stay exactly here, or you might very consciously flip your dog. And if you flipped, come back. Both hands down, left leg is high. Step the foot forward between the hands, rise up, crescent lunge. Good. Twist high, right arm in front. Revolved, exalted warrior. Warrior two. Inhale, exalted warrior. Side angle. So maybe you can nudge your hand down towards your inner ankle, see what works. And then we're going to spin the thumb up, hand faces, maybe we should say behind you. Yeah. Yeah. And so we're just getting that long side opening there. Yeah. And so you can really see in Kanti, like there's a long line from the pinky to edge side of the foot all the way up. Yeah. So big side body opener. Inhale back through exalted warrior when you're ready. And either chaturanga or step back to down dog or find down dog from your own path. Walk or hop to the top. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Chair pose. Heels up, hands back, heart forward. Stand up straight and strong. Arms are straight, legs are straight, heels are high. Inhale and heels down, fold forward over your legs. Fold forward. Halfway lift on your inhale. Down dog your way, down dog your way. Really good. Right leg goes high. Bend your knee and open your hip. Inhale here. This time, take the right knee across the body. You might hover there, or you might straighten the leg and thread it through. Back heel goes down like warrior two. Left arm lifts up. Right foot can be on the ground or lifted. That's a personal choice. Now let's take that top arm alongside your ear. Ooh-wee. Great. All the way circle, sweep the hand down, lift that right leg back up. Step the foot forward, crescent lunge. Twist high. Now, bring your palms to your heart. And we're going to do this interesting twist again here. Try to have your left elbow outside that right knee if it works, but keep the palms in that same shape. So you're going to bring the forearm alongside the thigh if possible. Exactly. And so this is one way to twist where that top elbow isn't up as much, it's down more. Yeah. And I find this really different in my body. Yeah. And so it's a different stretch along the shoulder blades for me. Is that true for anybody else? Yep. Kanti. Okay. Yeah. And then frame that front foot. Step forward and fold. Step forward and fold. Chair pose. Heels up, heart forward, hands back. Drinking bird. Rise all the way up, heels high, arms straight, legs straight, inhale, and then fold forward over your legs. Halfway lift on the inhale. Down dog your way. And then left leg goes high, inhale. Step that, oh yeah, let's bend the knee and open the hip, and then take that left knee across the body toward that right arm where you might hover, or you might straighten the leg, thread it through. Back heel is like warrior two, right arm is up, left leg could be down on the ground or up, and then we'll extend the arm alongside the ear. Whoo-wee, it's hard, huh? And then circle sweep that hand back down, lift the left leg back up, inhale. Step the foot forward for crescent lunge and twist high right arm in front. And then bring the palms to the heart. And again, we're going to try to see if maybe that right elbow goes outside the left knee, but the whole forearm kind of traces along the thigh. And then the elbows stay low instead of the top elbow going up in the air. Exactly. Exactly. And just notice how different that might feel. We're getting a twist and a stretch in a different area. One more breath. Frame that front foot. Step forward and fold. Chair pose. Palms to the heart. Twist to the right. Now, let's all first put our left elbow between the knees, and use your left inner thigh. Yeah. And then see how that feels. If it feels spacious, can you get your booty lower than your shoulders here? Absolutely. And then see if maybe that left elbow goes outside that right knee. And then what if we did that same thing? What if you tried to trace your forearms down? Yeah. Keep the elbows low. How different could that possibly feel? Pretty different. Yeah. Deep breath in. Let's fold forward over your legs. Shh. Maybe shake your head. Yes, I like that way. Or no, not my favorite. That's okay. Chair pose. Palms to the heart. Bring that right elbow between your legs at first and kind of push against your right inner thigh, and notice that twist and how available perhaps it could be to get your booty lower than your shoulders. And then if it works for your body, maybe that right elbow goes outside the left knee, but then you trace your forearm along the thigh, keeping the elbows low. Yeah, nice. And just notice that it's a little more rounded, you know. Mm-hmm. And then fold forward over your legs. Nod yes, nod no. Let's halfway lift. Down dog your way, down dog your way. So I'm prepping you for Honu pose today. Turtle pose. Right leg goes high. Right foot steps forward. Warrior two. Inhale, star. Have your feet face forward. Have them quite wide. Heels maybe a little bit wider than the toes. Fold forward over your legs. We're going to stay here, whether or not you can stand on your head. We're going to stay here today and walk your hands through. And try to see the hamstring stretch here. Can you shift your weight a little bit forward? Can you shift it a little bit back? What feels useful to stretch the hamstrings and the inner thighs? Yeah. And then we'll halfway lift. Heels in, toes out. Goddess pose. Inhale, star. Warrior two toward the back of your mat. Inhale, exalted warrior. Exhale, down dog your way, down dog your way. And that same right leg lifts. Open your hip. This time, shift onto your left forearm. And bring your right hand out like tripod. And then begin to straighten that right leg. Some of you might put your head on the ground. Some of you might stand on your head. Some of you might stay right exactly where you are. Feel the stretch in the hamstrings and the groin, but also the strength in your shoulders here. Yeah. So wherever you are, it's perfect. We're going to take another deep breath in. Long breath out. If you've happened to stand on your head, come back. Everybody push into both hands. Right leg is high. Footsteps forward for warrior two. Inhale, star. Straighten the legs, fold forward over the legs. Have your heels a tiny bit wider than your toes. Walk your hands through your legs. And then come back, halfway lift. Heels in, toes out, goddess. Beautiful. Inhale, star. Warrior two toward the front. Inhale, exalted warrior. Down dog your way. Left leg lifts, bend the knee, spin the hip open, shift on the right forearm. Walk your left hand out to the left. Straighten your left leg. Maybe head comes to the floor. Maybe there's a headstand in there. I've also seen people do forearm stand variation this way, but all is good. Lifting the legs, strengthening the shoulders. Whatever you're doing is exactly right. When you're ready, push into both of your hands. Left leg steps to the outside of the left hand. Back heel goes down like warrior two. Walk your left shoulder underneath your left knee. Touch your left foot with your left hand, or maybe interlace both hands around that sweet foot. Bow your head and feel into your hips. Release your hands. Begin to straighten that left leg a little bit, and then walk yourself to face the long edge of the mat. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Look to the right. Spin everything that direction. Have the right foot to the outside of the right hand, back heel down. Walk your right shoulder underneath that right knee, right hand or both on the right foot. Come back to center. Walk your hands to face the long edge of the mat. Feet face the long edge of the mat. Wide-legged forward fold. And then halfway lift, my dears. Scoot yourself back to face forward, downward facing dog. And then shift forward into plank, lower all the way to your belly and bend your knees. Reach back with your hands for your feet or perhaps your ankles. Kick the feet into the hands, bow pose. Good. And then release, child's pose. Stand up onto your knees. Camel pose. So hands can stay at the hips. You can squeeze something between your knees if you like. If there's nothing to squeeze, you could, yep, a water bottle and a block, perfect. And then kind of imagining that you're a Pez dispenser and whatever's between your legs is a Pez piece, but we don't want it to go out front. We want it to come out the back door. So have it go backwards by squeezing your thighs together a lot. Yeah. And then hands might remain at the hips. So if you see Conti, the low back is super long. The hips are right above the knees. And then it's getting the back bend from the heart. Yeah. And so that's what we're looking for in camel pose. It's the same thing. Remember when I was cueing inner thighs spin up and outer hips down? So it's that same thing. So actually the outer hips would be spinning forward and the inner thighs would be spinning back in this position. And you can do whatever you like. Like, I like that. That's cool. Hold your head with one hand, hold your hip with the other, and then maybe switch sides. That's awesome. So it's good for the neck, good for the low back. Never have to touch the heels, not necessary in camel. Good. And then release, and you're going to step your right foot forward for lunge, low lunge. Yeah. And so here, my invitation is to keep maybe that right hand on the knee, maybe both hands on the knee, whatever works, and start to send the hips forward just enough to where you feel the stretch in the front of that left hip, the hip flexor, the psoas complex. And the complexity of the psoas is real. And then we're going to straighten that right leg half, or Ardha Hanumanasana splits. And then we're going to inhale, low lunge, exhale, half splits. So it's dynamic. Inhale as you send the hips forward. Exhale as you straighten that leg and send the hips back. And a couple more times like that. Yeah. So here, feeling the groin, feeling the hip flexors, feeling the hamstrings, so many things, like the whole hip girdle. Okay. And then we're going to come back to standing on both knees. And step that left foot forward, and same thing. We're going to start to go into our lunge, sending the hips forward. Maybe hands remain on the knee or wherever feels useful, and trying to not overstretch, kind of feeling that place where do I feel that right hip really? And then straightening the left leg, half splits, and then making it dynamic. So going back and forth between the two poses. Inhale, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, Hanumanasana. So Anjaney and Hanuman are mother and son. Maybe one more. So we're not moving fully toward Hanuman today, but trying to feel into this for our turtle pose. We'll bring the knees back, and then you're going to sit to face the long edge of your mat. Sit to face the long edge of your mat, and in wide straddle, a wide straddle. Great. So we're going to do a little flow with the wide straddle here. You might remove any flesh from the sitting bones, kind of have the booty up in the air. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. And let's side bend to the right, side bend to the right. So you can hold on wherever. And some of us might be able to reach the toe, but let's really keep that left hip rooted. Yeah. So if the left hip doesn't come off the floor, harder to reach the toe. Yeah. Yeah, and Kanti's adding in the choo-choo Charlie. Beautiful. Choo-choo Charlie. And then come back to center and over to the left, keeping that right hip really rooted, and maybe the choo-choo Charlie for the shoulders and the neck. And when you're ready, coming back to center, and then forward folding. So that doesn't mean that you have to get your chest to the floor, but you might get your forearms to the floor. Wonderful. Let's come back to center, my dears, and bring the soles of your feet toward one another, but not together, not Baddha Konasana, but toward one another. Yep. And then you're going to think about threading your arms through your legs. Our beautiful little turtle shape. In Hawaii, one of my favorite things to do is swim with those sweet turtles, and they just come up to you like, what you got for me? You got a snackety snack? And it's really funny. There's a place called Carl Smith where Conti went to a couple days ago. And did you see a bunch of turtles, Mom? No? Oh, I'm shocked. Yeah. Well, maybe it's the time of year. I'm not sure, but they just, you feed them. You feed them their little stuff that they eat there, their little vegetation, and they'll come eat right out of your hand. And one of them this time came up and she bit my finger, and she knew immediately that it was like that it was my finger, not the vegetation. And it's like she stopped. It's like she bit down and it went, oh, and just held her little mouth all sweet there. It was so funny. I love those turtles. So anyways, you might be threading your arms all the way through your legs, and they might come behind you in a half bind. I can't personally do that. And neither can Conti. Thank God we found something Conti can't do. And you might be thinking of your head moving towards your feet. So you have this turtle shell, right? You're rounding. Yeah, nice, Sonia. And then just breathe into your sweet little turtle back. If I was a turtle, I would hope I was a sea turtle. Interesting to carry your little protection there on your back, be able to put your little head in whenever you needed to. All right, my dears, we're coming out of that shape. So that shape can be kind of a challenge, yeah? Coming inward can also be kind of a challenge. All right, we're coming on to the back, coming on to the back. And here I want to give you just a little bit of time to do whatever your body actually feels like it needs right now. We've done a bunch of stuff. And then rest, my dears. Come to a space where you're just resting and thanking this precious body of yours, this first home. When we come into appreciation for our bodies as our first home, all they do for us, all they process, so incredible. And then coming into appreciation for the home we all share, this incredible land, so nourishing and nurturing and beautiful, so precious. And coming back to that sensation of presence and how being present can mean slowing down, being really aware of each of your steps, being really aware of sensations right now without thinking of the past or dreaming up the future. And then let's slowly come up to return to an upright seated position. Just feel these sweet bodies. Kanti will have to do Koki flow next time. Do a Honu flow, do a Koki flow. We've done some bird of paradise. What other Hawaii things we can start doing? A dolphin flow. All right. Bringing the palms to the heart. Perhaps now is where you set an intention for the rest of your day. May you see all the blessings that are right there, readily available. May we create a little more peace in our own nervous system so that we can show up with a little bit more peace to offer the world in a time where peace is desperately needed. In that spirit of peace, we say Shanti, Shalom, Salam, Amani, Maluhia, Irini, Shiakan, Jam, Pache, Pas. In the spirit of our collective truth liberation, we say Ashe, Amin, Amen, blessed be, Kapu Aloha, in Lakach, Satnam, Namaste, Matakwayasan, Black Lives Matter.